ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to NJPW Puroresu Review. I am your co-host Andre. See, right over here, that way. It's the workout princess herself. It's Melball. How you doing, Melball?
I am doing great, Andre. You are so right about that one. I have been just a workout-aholic for the last couple of weeks, and it's been so nice. So nice, except for, when it hurts, which is every day. How are you doing, my friend?
I am doing absolutely phenomenal. Get to hang out with you twice this past weekend. So
Yes.
this made me very happy. We got together. We watched the show we're about to talk about. We watched
Mhm.
Multiverse United, which we might talk about. That just depends on scheduling this week. If we can, we have lots of other stuff to cover, so that one might
Yes.
get
We should do it though, because we did have fun with that one, and some of our NJPW people got to shine in that one, along with our Stardom sweetheart Julia and Momokogo. Plus, we actually got to do that kind of a little closed door backstage kind of watch along there with Astrid while we
we
got
did.
to enjoy that show also.
We did. We were planning to go live on stuff, but it just didn't work out for us because people
I have poor planning.
we all had poor planning. Like I had a massage up to a half hour before that, so I wasn't even there on time to do the pre-show. So
Okay, now self care is important. We have discussed this on OLE's programming. Love your health.
yeah, but that's what wrestling is for me. Wrestling is my self care.
Massages are also self care.
Yeah, but we are here to talk the All Star Junior Festival, ladies and gentlemen, from
Mhm.
Saturday, August 19th in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania at the 2300 Arena. But before we get into that, I want to thank all of you, ladies and gentlemen. And thank you for all the great support you've been giving us. Thank you so much. We really do appreciate everything you do, all the comments, all the likes to the videos, subscribes to the channel, everything. We love you. Thank you all so much. If you can continue liking the videos, subscribing to the channel, like send it to your friends, get them to send them to your friends. Like lots of different pro wrestling out there, and I know some people would want to hear about it. So send it if you can send it to some people, share us out. And don't forget to comment down below because we want to hear from you. And don't forget to hit that notification bell so you can be alerted every time we drop a new video, just like today's video.
Ding dong.
Hello. We are going to get into it, ladies and gents. We are going to talk the All Star Junior Festival from August 19th at the 2300 Arena in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. We kick it off on the pre show. We caught the tail end of this match. Mel was cooking. I watched the guy hit his finisher. Goldie defeated Vinny Pacifico with a Seth Rollins style flying knee off the top, springboard knee, and he
Mhm.
gets the victory again. From what I saw of these two, I really did enjoy.
This was a fun one. Yeah. I only caught little bits and pieces of it as I was turning around to your reactions.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. But as we get into the main card, we started off Shun Skywalker and Bushi versus Matt Sydal and Yo.
Yeah.
Did you say
Man.
nom? Did you just nom?
No, I just said yo really, really
Oh,
clear.
I thought you said nom.
What? No. Why would there be a nom? There's no nom there.
I don't know. Maybe you're nomming on one of these guys. I don't know.
No.
Uh, Great black and white entrance match by Bushi. He made it
Hmm.
especially for this show. He had one eye covered, like Shun's has the covered
And the
eyes,
dreads, yeah.
and he had the dreads on one half like Shun. Shun's mask, like before he took the mouthpiece off, looked like a gas mask. It looked really, really cool. I really liked it.
Hmm.
Or kind of Scorpion's mask when he has the
Yeah.
covering, sort of like that too. I really liked it. Shun shunned the LIJ fist bump from Bushi before the match. He didn't want to. He didn't want to be tranquilo.
No, he didn't want to be ungovernable, I guess.
No,
Yeah, I was audibly disappointed about that. Yes, I made that well known. How
Bushi.
tall is Sean Skywalker, though? Holy heck.
He did. He had some height, man. It was
Yes.
especially compared to his partner. I,
Yes.
I love Bushi at one point tags out of the match by forearming Shun in the chest.
I mean, talk shit, get hit.
Yeah. Shun is the obvious heel in this match, using a mandible claw on Yo.
Mhm.
Kicks by Shun and Bushi to Yo, and Shun hits the running boot to the face, and Bushi gets the 2 on Yo. The tornado roll. So it wasn't really a DDT; it was like a tornado style like roll, and then he picks him up into a Falcon Arrow on
Mhm.
and hits a Falcon Arrow on Shun. It looked really good by Yo.
Mhm.
Running knee into the corner to the face of Shun, and Sadal hits the meteor off the top for 2.
Mhm.
Shun gets the big DDT on Yo for 2. Shun ends up missing Bushi by accident, and Seidel takes Shun out, and he hits a beautiful splash off the top of the floor. Yo stops the MX into a lay back pin and gets the win. Uh, then Shun rejects the LJ fist bump again after the match, so Bushi says screw it and Black miss him in the face.
That's what you get, sir. That's
Yes,
what
it
you
is.
get. I was so mad about that. Yeah, it was obvious, even though they had gone to that, Ibushi especially just went to that length of trying to be, you know, civil, we'll say, with
Mm-hmm.
Shun Skywalker there. It was obvious that Mr. Skywalker was not going to, talk the talk and walk the walk like the other guy.
Yeah, we did see a Bushi mask,
We
and
did,
and
yes.
I think there was a Despy mask, and I think there was a Soberano
Soberano
mask,
Jr.,
a
yes.
Soberano Junior mask. And they were all three of them
Yes.
were together.
And that Bushi mask, did you see which one it was? It was like the LIJ special one where each member was represented. So like the star
Mm-hmm.
was Naito. So cute.
Mm-hmm.
Loved it.
Loved it. And so we're gonna move on to a singles match in the first/semifinal round of the All Star Junior USA Tournament. It is Kevin Knight versus Clark Connors.
Mhm.
Um, Connors literally pounces Knight across the ring at one point, and then picks him up and just yeets him across the ring again with a German right after.
Mhm.
Connors suplexing Knight on the floor, whips him into the barricades. Connors just slapping the hell out of Knight when they're back in the ring. But Knight comes back, hits the beautiful drop kick. Love that drop kick.
Mhm.
Very nice lariat off the second rope for Knight. And he hits the sky high powerbomb for 2. Connors that stops the DDT. And Connors spikes Knight on his head off of his, like when he, because Knight goes for a springboard and Connors goes for the power slam and he like just drives Knight down on his head. It looked brutal.
Mhm.
Um, Knight dodges the spear, hits the tilt-a-whirl for 2. Connors spears Knight off the second rope, or spears Knight coming off the second rope.
Mhm.
Looked
Mhm.
really great. Knight
Yeah.
and Connors, they're trading roll-ups. Knight gets a crucifix pin and he gets the win. Connors is not pissed about it. He hits Knight with his junior tag title and then hits a no chaser onto the belt.
Did you say he's not pissed about it?
Oh, he is pissed.
Oh,
Sorry.
okay. It's just so he was not pissed about it. He just did that. That would actually sound but like the opposite, sir. Yeah, he was hella pissed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I the way things were sort of winding down here, I kind of actually thought that Connors was actually going to pick up the win here. Pleasantly surprised that Kevin Knight was able to persevere, though unfortunately we would see those rib injury come back to kind of haunt him later. Was it the rib? Rib and arm.
The ribs for sure was the biggest issue.
Yeah, I think his arm was also taped up, but I'm pretty sure the tape also disappeared
Mm,
on there pretty quick.
very much so. Very much so.
Mm-hmm. Yar.
Yar. We move on to the other
Amore.
semifinal, the other first round/semifinal match in the All Star USA Junior Tournament. Akira's green and gray flame tights were just,
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Fire.
straight fire. As I wrote, goo athletic start from Akira and Bailey.
Oh, interesting.
I meant good, obviously. Akira, the beautiful, aggressive plancha to the floor, as Chris Charlton would say.
Yes, yes.
uh,
Feisty little thing.
yeah, just emulating his mentor. Bailey getting a kick to stop another plancha, and then runs in and hits a wrecking ball drop kick through the ropes. Um, Beautiful double knee drop by Bailey for 2. Speedball gets the speedball kicks and hits an enziguri and follows up. Just keeps kicking. This guy is a kicking machine.
Hmm.
Akira getting that beautiful wheelbarrow roll through stomp. I will shout that move out every match. It always looks so smooth.
So good. So
Yeah,
good.
yeah. Akira catches the leg on the tornado kick, and then they trade kicks. And Akira gets a German as Bailey's going for like a handspring off the rope. He just Germans the shit out of Bailey. It looked really good. Akira stops a power bomb with a DDT, hits the speed fire for 2. Akira misses the fireball. Bailey misses the kick, but gets a Spanish fly, like a fall away slam, Spanish fly style.
Hmm.
What it was. Sorry. Yeah, that it was like grabbed them and then just did the flip. It looked really good.
Yes.
Bailey lines up, hits the tornado kick into the corner, and then Bailey hits the flamingo driver and gets the win.
I think it was like really hard for me in this match to figure out who I was cheering for because I love Akira. The amore, the Italian amore. But like Bailey's just so good too. Like seeing him in the Super Junior tournament was just such a treat. Both to have him both in ring and on commentary was just great. Yeah, Akira put on such a good show on this. That kick that he does when he does his thrust kick, there's the extension that he gets on that. It's just so beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this was a fun match. This was almost actually exactly what I expected. I expected like a high speed esque
Yeah,
kind of match, and boy, did we get it.
we did. Again, these two have such great chemistry. I want to see them
Mhm.
go again. I really
Hell
do.
yeah.
We get a 6-man tag team match. It's Ryusuke Taguchi, the Gooch, Rich Swan, and the DKZ versus Jack Cartwheel, Stardom Charlie, and Real One. Fucking Real One on this show. Jesus Christ, I hate this man. I hate it. If you don't know who we're talking about, it's Enzo Amore.
Hmm.
Fuck this guy so goddamn much. He does a really shitty rap promo off the top, talking about his huge deck, and everybody knows. Noah's getting
God.
Noah's getting. He did the everybody knows line like 6 times or something like that.
And it
And
was just like, how did he do it too? He almost does it kind of like Miz, where he just like pulls out the awesome and everybody. I was like, man, shut the fuck up.
yeah, but then Gooch got in there and started swiveling the hips, shaking the hips, and grinding the air, and the crowd was just loving him.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes, they were.
I
Especially
haven't
with
seen.
Rich Swan.
Yeah, I haven't seen a lot of Jack Cartwheel, but those
Mhm.
cartwheels are pretty good. He calls
Yeah,
yeah. You got if you're gonna call yourself Jack Cartwheel, your cartwheels better be pretty goddamn fire.
right. I mean, it would be like Flip Gordon not being good at flipping.
Yeah, he does a really nice cartwheel sweep, and then follows it up with a beautiful flip over a cartwheel into a flip over the top onto Swan. Really good.
Mhm.
I wrote Gooch out. Oh, Gooch and Jack Cartwheel are doing like hip thrust offs and hip swivel offs, and Gooch is
Mhm.
just killing them. Like like everybody's like, for Jack Cartwheel, then Gooch will do it, and everybody's like, yeah.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
so good. Um,
God
Jack
was
is
fire.
yeah, they were. Beautiful running shooting star press by Starboy Charlie onto Gooch.
Hmm.
Beautiful. Like for a guy that's just rolling around wearing overalls, he's pretty fucking good. I've never
Yeah.
really again I don't watch a lot of GCW, so I've never really seen much of this guy. My GCW consists of me watching certain matches of certain people like Alex Zane and others that I want to go and seek out. I don't watch the full shows. Sorry to say, but yeah, I really was impressed by this kid. Real One gets Swan on the outside and Razor edges him into the post at one point. That was probably the coolest thing that Real One did in this entire match.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot that I did write down, but Gooch gets the two amigos, but Jack rolls him through on the third amigo. Rolls through, gets his own suplex, stopping the third amigo. DKC, beautiful cannonball off the apron to Real One, then gets chops on the floor to Starboy Charlie, and then Starboy Charlie hits a sliced bread off to DKC off of Jack Cartwheel. Looked really good. Then Real One goes to the top, thinking, what the hell are you doing up there? You don't have cash to throw you. Why are you up top? Whatever the hell his name is, Big Bill, to throw you now. And he jumps off looking like a goddamn stick. It's just like he jumped off, but look, it was like standing up straight in the air and like landed on his feet into came down like.
Yeah.
It was so bad. Why does anybody book this fucking a-hole?
I don't
Giving
know.
this guy more than I should have, really. But I have to make fun of him. Jack does a beautiful flip to dodge a lariat and hits this beautiful neck breaker to Gooch. He went back and then flipped up and then jumped into that neck breaker cutter. It looked so good.
Yeah.
Swan gets a super kick. At the end of the match, Swan gets a super kick on Real One, or hits Real One with a super kick coming off the top. DKC hits a cannonball into the corner onto Starboy Charlie. And Swan gets a 450 onto Starboy Charlie off the second rope and gets the win. After the match, we got the worm. We got Swan doing a worm. DKC does just something.
He humped the ground is what he did.
And then Gooch does a halfway passable one. Because at least
he got an inchworm.
Like at least he got like kind of like this. It was like and then he would like hop and then hop and then but like DKC's was just like
Yeah, he was all foursing off of the ground. He was just jumping.
It looked funny.
It looked ridiculous. Now, I have to disagree with something you said. You said the awesomest thing that Real One did in this match was that spot on the post on the outside. I think the best thing he did was the sell on the super kick from friggin' Rich Swan.
Yeah, but I'm saying for him, it was the best thing he did.
Like, the best thing he did was fall down.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. The best thing he did was leave.
I didn't really enjoy him. He didn't really come in, wanting to entertain and wanting to show. He came in wanting to be a prick, and I mean, he accomplished it. I mean, that promo was just cringe.
Yeah.
Cringe as hell. But the rest of the match was pretty entertaining. Yeah, like yourself, I'd never really seen a whole lot of this Jack Cartwheel or the Starboy Charlie, but the name makes sense with Jack Cartwheel, so the gear could be whatever. And I really actually quite liked how it was kit. But Starboy Charlie, I'm confused. The name would suggest to me Lucha Libre. Was he a Lucha before?
I don't know.
Because it just with the overalls and the name, and then the styling, it's like also contradictory. I don't understand the gimmick. Maybe I just have to look into it a little bit more. But yeah, as a first time seeing both these guys, holy heck, I want to see more.
Yeah. But before we move on, talking about gear, I want to give a big shout out to Pro Wrestling Tees. I finally got my shirt in the mail after a couple weeks after I ordered this. General's Jewel, baby. Big shout out to Chase Owens and Bad Luck Fale, our boys. We love them both. General's Jewel. I love this shirt. I've wanted it for a long time, and I finally had the funds in my bank account to order one. I will be wearing it in October. You'll have to find out where and see a picture of me. Check out our social medias for that in October. I'll be wearing it. I'll have some other special stuff going with it, so check that out.
Yes, I believe that's the Love Pro Wrestling show we're going to be wearing stuff to, right?
I think so.
Yes.
Oh,
I hope so. That's when I booked my hair to get done.
I thought it was Top Talent.
I mean, I'm doing something different for that one.
God damn it! Now I gotta order another shirt.
Oh no!
Damn it! But as we'll get back, we're gonna get back to the wrestling talk.
Yes.
We move on to the Lucky Dip 8-man tag match. So this match was essentially decided in the ring of who was going to be on what team. So we have they all come out. Cheeseburger, world famous Cheeseburger, giving a little kid his cheeseburger hat, and this kid. Every match you saw him after was still what he wore that cheeseburger hat till the end of the show. He loved it. Like he absolutely loved it, man. So on the red team, we draw Chris Bay, Robbie Eagles, Kosei Fujita, and Alex Shelley. The blue team is world famous Cheeseburger, Ace Austin, TJP, and Yoshinobu Kanemaru. Yeah, again, it messed up. And like Bay and Austin would at one point refuse to tag in to face each other. And when they incidentally did get tagged in at one point in the match, decided not to attack each other and do suicide dives to the floor, then come back in and both tag out.
Smart wrestling, those guys. They didn't have to go against each other. It was nice.
Cheeseburger got a really cool spot where he ended up like standing on Bay's back and pulling like an arm bar while standing on a standing Bay's back. It was actually a really cool spot. I've never really said it. And then Raywold. Oh my God, I loved him on the show. Matt Raywold, so good.
Oh gosh, that commentary crew was the A team of commentary for the Strong brand, 100%.
Yeah, Ian Riccaboni, Matt Raywold, and Veda Scott, absolutely phenomenal by not having Alice Kozlov there.
Yes.
He would have been too slow to be able to call such fast action.
I agree.
Yeah. So Raybold says Fujita is now officially an Australian, and Veda and then Riccaboni goes, dude, he has a Japanese flag on his tights, and then Veda goes, oh yeah, we all know about the world famous Australian Zack Sabre Jr. And it was just them like picking on him for making a joke. It was so good.
Oh, the ribs were great. Just the energy that the three of them had together, it just made for such great commentary for these matches.
And those two even called back to this on the Multiverse show where she made a comment about somebody being like starting to represent for another country, and he's like, oh, and I can't say Kosei Fujita I can't say people are Australian, eh? And she's like, no, you can't. And it was just a great spot that they did. I can't remember where it was, but I didn't write it down. But the fact that they did it, they called back to him doing that tonight was absolute perfection.
Absolutely.
That just makes a great team. Fujita and TJP, holy crap, those two in the ring together was absolutely tremendous, man. Ace Austin goes for his handstand, his one-hand handstand on the apron, but Alex Shelley sweeps the hand out and he comes crashing down on his face. Oh my God. And then everybody just starts brawling, and it was great.
Glorious chaos.
Glorious chaos. Fujita getting a beautiful head scissor figure for onto TJP, and then Kanemaru gets the leg figure for on the TJP, and like his dual figure for it was TJP getting it onto Fujita's head and Kanemaru putting it on Fujita's legs.
Fujita's legs, yes.
Because you're going, why he was doing something, and you're like, why is he acting like that? And then you realize Fujita was in between them.
Yeah, the way the camera angle was, because I was grabbing some of the chicken wings at this point, I think. I was all I could see was TJP and Kanemaru. I'm like, aren't they on the same team? What is going on?
No, we were eating tacos for this show.
Right.
Beautiful Pinoy stretch by TJP, and they've been saying it's a variation of the Border City stretch. I'm like, God damn it, no! It's literally the Regal stretch. Get it goddamn right. It's not a variation of the Border City stretch. It is literally the Regal stretch. Get it right. But then Shelley reverses and gets the Border City stretch. then gets it gets the leg vine onto Kanemaru at the same time, and they really good. Um, is this the match? No, this isn't the match where they did the long ass submissions. That's on the next night. Uh, yeah, world famous Burger comes in, shotes, and then Burger catches an armbar on Fujita, but he works his way out, and he works his way around, and Burger gets the 2 count. Eagles kicks the palm. Kicks the palm. What the hell? I was typing on my phone, so it's even worse than usual. They do a dual kick to Cheeseburger, and Fujita gets the delayed jerk. Like he brings him, he gets him up. He's holding him, and he's holding him, and then smashes him with the high angle German, and Fujita gets the win.
Yes.
This might be his first win, like not against a young lion.
Is this his first win in North America?
Well, but again, it might be his first overall win against a non-young lion, because really, or his first pinfall against
you know who might know that? Chris Samsa.
Or Chris Samsa. I should reach out to him.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Again, I really love this match. It was just a fine way to see a weird matchup.
It was, and it was a fun little story. It was almost like a little bit of the comedy spot in the show, where there was a story of Bay and Austin being like, "Oh no, we're at odds with each other. Whatever will we do?" And the funny story of Fujita and Eagles being like, "Hey, we got this. We're gonna have some fun with this." And then, Shelly, he felt very heely in this one for me. Kanemaru surprisingly not being heely.
Yeah.
That was weird for me. He's
Yeah.
the heel freaking master. I expected a little bit more out of that. However, TJP always just a treat to watch. He didn't have to tell any story. He kind of fit in. He was like the glue that fit everyone else's story together because he had little involvements in everything. It was a really, really great match, actually. I was really entertained by it.
Yeah, I've loved it. I just loved it. It was a great little. I had no idea what it was going in, and we found out, and it was like, great. Pull straws and find out your teammates.
And Spicy Boy wins.
Yeah, the Ichiban Spicy Boy getting the win, baby.
Nice.
We move on to a 5-way match. It's KC Navarro with a beautiful pink Warrior Wrestling belt, and he's all decked out in pink. His belt, this Warrior Wrestling belt, this pink looked great. Versus Fugaz, versus Leah Rush, versus the 47-year-old Dragon Kid, who Mel thought looked like he was 12, versus the bead-spewing Soberano Jr. I felt
the what?
Bad. The bead spewing. Remember all the beads going everywhere?
Oh, yeah. His poor necklace thing on his awesome-looking cape just sprung a leak.
Yeah. I felt
so chaos everywhere.
I didn't take a crazy amount of notes for this one. I think I was eating tacos during this one. That's why I didn't.
Probably.
Yeah. Kid gets the apron, gets a 619 from the apron side to the sober guy, as they wrote it, Soberano Jr., and hits a moonsault off the second rope to the floor. Leo hits the beautiful Lope to Navarro. Then it comes running back through and hits another Lope to Soberano Jr. Dragon Kid drops the knee and into the hand and hits it into the handstand and drops another really good. He had a handstand, he was doing a handstand and then dropped the knee. It was really good. I really liked it. His movements and were amazing. Leo Rush trying to pull off Fugaz's mask like a douchebag.
That was rude. Yes.
Dragon Kid gets the Frankenstein to Fugaz off the top. And he sends Fugaz off the top, who lands on Soberano, and he head scissors Soberano. So he gets Frankensteiner off the top into head scissoring Soberano Jr. Looked so good.
So good.
And then KC Navarro hits the 450 to Soberano Jr. for 2. Navarro and Kid each getting submissions on to Soberano Jr. and Fugaz. But Leo Rush does break them both up. In the end, though, Navarro hits the whip kick to the face of Soberano Jr., but Soberano Jr. catches Navarro and hits the ape shit to get the win.
Yes. I was so excited to see that. So
Mm-hmm.
excited. And he caught it so quick.
Mm-hmm.
So quick. I wasn't expecting the end. The end just kind of came, and we were kind of like, whoa, wait, what?
Yeah, came out of nowhere.
Yeah, it really did. I was surprised by how much of a dick Leo was in this one.
I'm not.
Like, I don't know. It just seemed a little bit more. Mind you, I don't know what his character is right now.
Well,
And
Impact, he is a heel. So,
oh, okay. Well, then the behavior makes sense. Never mind.
yeah.
Um, I've never seen the Casey Navarro guy before. This was kind of like my first time seeing him. Really, really impressed with him. Like he's very, very impressive wrestler.
Mm-hmm.
I've loved Silverano Jr. for quite some time. I remember the first time I saw him was the first time I saw the Fantastic Mania tour. Um, not the year before, but 2 years before COVID.
Mm-hmm.
And like he was so impressive then, and he's only gotten better now. So good.
He's so skinny.
Give the kid a break. He's like early 20s.
I know, but you were saying he has bulked up, and I'm like, that's bulked up.
Compared to what he was before, it would be like like how in Stardom the girls are like 12, 14. Like that was probably how old he was when I first saw him on NJPW, right? So it's like you comparable to some other wrestlers.
Yeah, Son of Irish comes to mind.
Son of Irish is freaking calisthenics cut though.
That is true. That is very true. We move on. It's the Mel. I think
Yes.
the match Mel was looking forward to most on this entire show because
Yes.
of her massive crush on Jordan Oliver.
He's so good.
Yeah, it's Mal, Mal, Mal,
Meow.
Mal, Mal. We kept doing that the entire match, and it entertained the hell out of both of us.
Yes, it
Uh,
did.
Mao teaming up with El Desperado, teaming up, going against the East West Express of Nick Wayne and Mel's favorite wrestler Jordan Oliver.
He is one of the favorites. He's in the
Uh,
top 10.
uh, I really so I can't remember who got Desperado in the hammerlock. But then he stepped through the ropes, then came back in on the other ropes to unlock it.
That
It
was
was
Wayne.
Wayne. It looked so good.
He
Mao
whining.
Mao getting that crazy flippy dive to everybody on the floor looked so good.
That
Um,
definitely sounds like a Melball description.
so Wayne is chopping Mao, and Mao's just like scratching his chest, like no selling the chop, and he's like
Oh yeah, yeah.
and he's pouting, and then he just palm thrust, just wham, palm thrust Wayne in the face, and it was just like what the.
hmm And
Uh,
Wayne sold it so good. Like he went freaking all the way around.
Mal up to the top, and he does the Mal Van Dam, and he hits
hmm
the split-legged moonsault onto Wayne for two.
And it
Um,
was so smooth the way he just slipped into it. Like arguably better than RVD's.
I don't ever remember Harvey doing a split-legged moonsault, but okay. Usually when Rob Van Dam did a frog splash afterwards, but
No, no, I remember seeing that one. It was a signature in his video game for a really long time.
it's been a while since I watched anything Rob Van
Been a
Dam.
while.
And I did skip the Rob Van Dam match from that he faced with what's his guy, Jack Perry. I just skipped that. There's a great tag team move between Despy and Mao where Despy hits the spine buster and Mao comes over Despy's shoulders to hit a leg drop to Oliver. Oh,
Yes.
so good. So
So
good. I
good.
think it was to Oliver. I can't remember if it was to Oliver or Wayne, but yeah. Um, Wayne gets a beautiful sliced bread to Desperado. Um,
hmm
dude, just these two teams going back and forth, just all the great stuff. Beautiful running shooting star pressed by Wayne by Wayne to Mao. Uh, so good. Uh, I gotta read that. Mao shimmers in the hold of Wayne and gets out. Oh, it's when he shimmies. He's doing this shit. Remember Mal doing? I wrote
Oh,
shimmer.
right, the little shake.
Doing this shimmy to get out of a hold by Wayne.
Yes.
It was so.
He had them in like the headlock, and he did the little wee 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 wee.
It was so stupid. But I
But
loved it so
it
much.
worked so good because it created enough confusion with Wayne that he was able to capitalize on that moment. And that's something that Mao impressed me a lot with in this match is he just seems to be just so laser focused that you give him one split of a split second and he can capitalize on it.
Mm-hmm. So the East-West Express hit the double super kick, then hit the stunner German suplex combo, and Wayne hits a dive onto Mao and Jordan with the power bomb for 2 onto Desperado. East-West Express hit the dual cutters, but they can only get 2. Head scissor. I think it was like a head scissor driver by Mao, where he went for the head scissors and just drove Wayne down head first in the mat. I looked just sick. And Desperado hits the pinche loco to Jordan Oliver, and Desperado gets the win.
He did, yeah. Dang it. I was honestly like, who do I cheer for in this one? You know, I mean, Desperado is one of my favorites. Jordan Oliver is one of my favorite. Mao like won me over in this match. Wayne, this was also I've been hearing a lot about him, but I hadn't seen him yet, so this was my first time. And like, dang, there's always a weakest link. I couldn't find one in this one. Like all 4 of these guys performed so well. I did so well. Jordan Oliver is just so quick for how tall he is, too. Like, it's just unreal. As Kevin Kelly likes to say, it's not fair.
No.
Not fair.
Mel's first time with an 18-year-old.
What?
Nothing.
What?
He's 18.
What did you say?
You said it was your first time watching Nick Wayne. I said your first time with the 18-year-old.
Bruh. Swipe left.
I'm sorry. That was wrong of me.
Sir.
We move on to the Philly Cheesesteak Cup 3-way team ladder match. Holy shit, this was just great. You have Lowrider and Doki versus Blake Christian, and as I was calling him throughout the show, Mr. Watto, and Hiromu Takahashi and versus Hiromu Takahashi and Rocky Romero. I love the spot. Hiromu and Rocky going to slap Watto, and they end up slapping each other. It was so good. So good. Ring around the forever clothesline by Hiromu and Rocky. So very, very good. Rocky yells like Bubba Ray and tells Hiromu, get the ladder. Just like,
and Hiromu's just like, yeah.
He's like, I know that reference, and runs outside. It was just like
he was like Captain America in that moment.
Yeah, Hiromu hitting a belly to belly to Blake Christian, setting him onto the ladder, and the ladder just like bends. They had one like solid ladder, and then the rest were all like cheap little flimsy ladders, so they could break them. Oh, a beautiful powerbomb lung blower combo by Lowrider and Despy to Hiromu.
Despy, Doki.
Oh, I've been saying Desperado for some weird reason. Doki. Sorry. Doki.
I was like, where's Despy? We just watched him.
I wrote Despy. Probably just
wrong mass.
It just typing too quickly when I was on my phone. And I'm typing on my phone, so I'm even worse on there. Rocky does the wind up and the eye poke to Watto and then hits him with the tornado DDT. Lowrider gets tossed onto a ladder on the floor, and it looked like it fucking killed him. Doki flips Lowrider onto his shoulders, and then Ryder hits a beautiful head scissors him into a double clothesline. into Watto and into Blake Christian. It was great. Lowrider gets this really awkward cutter out of the game. It was looking like he went for like an Os cutter, but it took him way too long to set it up. And Rocky just stood there. It felt very Commander-ish to me. Didn't like it.
Was Commander-ish?
Oh, Commander's is a guy on AEW who just takes way too long for his setups. All the lucha shit. Yeah. There's a spot where Blake Christian pushes the ladder that Lowrider's climbing on, and he ends up going and he steps off the top rope and does a flip onto Rocky and Hiromu onto the floor. So then Watto comes and hits a tope con hilo onto Ryder, Hiromu, and Rocky. Then Doki hits a senton off the top to the group on the floor. Then Christian hits a springboard 630 onto the group on the floor instead of climbing up for the cheesesteaks. Blake Christian sets up a ladder on the floor, climbs up, but Hiromu knocks him off. Then he hits a splash on everybody on the floor. I wrote Doki hits Daybreak on Doki, so I don't know who he hit Daybreak on. He hit Daybreak on somebody, but he didn't hit it on himself, that's for sure. There's the Springboard MX by Lowrider to Watto. Rocky hits the rewind kick to Lowrider, then Christian hits a 450 splash to Rocky. They set up a ladder through another ladder. Blake ends up sacking Watto because he wants to be the one to go up, and then Blake goes up. He fights off Lowrider. Doki comes up, knocks off Blake. Hiromu comes up. They fight. Doki hits a sunset bomb to Hiromu onto the ladder, set up between the ladder and the corner. And then Doki climbs up, gets the cheesesteak bag. Yes, Doki wins the cheesesteaks.
Yeah.
So as I wrote, Tiger Hitomi, Tiger Hitori, but I wrote Tiger Hitomi, again, fat fingers. And this other guy that I guess worked for the restaurant that was sponsoring it. They present the cheesesteaks to Doki and Riders to play, and then they start throwing cheesesteaks out to the crowd. Rocky takes one and runs up the ramp and eats it. They give one to Hiromu, who's still he spent the entire time just laying on the ladder, and they give him one, and he just puts it in his mouth, and it's just sticking out of his mouth.
Victory.
It was great. I had such a great time watching this ladder match.
This was a lot of fun. This was because sometimes, a lot of times, these ladder matches can fall into the hardcore category for me, which I'm not a big fan of. But these guys, they weren't utilizing the ladders as a weapon in the respect that they were hitting each other with them like usual ladder matches, because so many of these guys are all
flippy.
Yeah, all of them are smaller guys. They're all the junior guys, so they're gonna do that more high style, aerial style is the word I was looking for. So this is the high style. That is the aerial style. Yeah, they have that kind of high fly. That's what I was going for. The high fly kind of style that all of these guys have. I was very happily surprised that there was no blood, no chaos that would usually happen in a kind of ladder match. This was actually a very enjoyable, high speed match with ladders. Essentially, I loved it.
I thought it was just phenomenal. Again, I was familiar with 5 of the 6 guys coming into this. Lowrider, outside of that one cutter, he really impressed me. I thought he did absolutely phenomenal. I know he's out of Mexico. He wrestles down there. But absolutely tremendous. These guys killed it.
I had seen Blake Christensen before when he did his first run with Strong. I think I mentioned this to you before. I really enjoyed his in-ring performance ability, but he had the personality of a salt-free soda cracker. It was just so dry and just non-existent. I don't know where he's found the charisma, but man, keep it up. It's a lot more entertaining now.
Being a bad guy, that is 100% it.
Hey, if it works.
It worked. But we move on. It's the main event of the evening. It's Kevin Knight versus Mike Bailey. They didn't put an update graphic on it, so this is the graphic you're getting, ladies and gentlemen. Bailey gets a straight kick to the face of Knight. It looked just rough, and he just like booted him in the face. I'm like, I legit thought, because like Knight dropped from it, right, or like fell back, and I'm like, did he actually like just freaking Lito Machida him right in the chin and just knock him the fuck out? Like, it looked like he did it. Like, it looked like what he did. Knight hops from the floor onto the apron. Like, he's running on the floor, vertical hops on the apron, then just hops back off into a crossbody. It was just a pure athletic feat of him just be able to just hop from the floor onto the barricade or onto the apron, then hop back off into a crossbody. That so impressive to me. Just that man's vertical is crazy. Yeah. Bailey running Knight into the post on the floor. Then he gets the kicks and flapjacks him onto the apron. Beautiful Vader bomb style knees by Bailey out of the corner tonight. Beautiful springboard cross by Knight, and as he's fighting back against Bailey, who has been very dominant early in this match. That running hopping frog splash by Knight looks just so good. Bailey hangs Knight up on the ropes, comes off the top with a double knees to the back. That looked like it killed. Knight drop kicks Bailey off the top to the floor and hits the beautiful, not aggressive plancha. Because this is very calm and yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, Bailey catches Knight going, like, hopping up in the air and hits him with a flying armbar, then transitions and stands up and hits the moonsault knees, hits the buzzsaw kick, but it can only get two. Bailey transitions then back into the armbar, but Knight fights and using his height and his length, gets to the ropes fairly easily. Just beautiful, like, crescent, like he lifted his leg up and then brought it down, like, and then kicked him in the face, super kick style. It was like a question mark kick or like a crescent kick into a super kick. It looked really good. If you know anything, look up what question mark kick is, and it's a question mark kick, like, but finishes with a super kick style. It looked great. Yeah, looked absolutely phenomenal. Bailey goes for the flamingo driver, but Knight gets a sun flip for two, and then he hits a tilt-a-whirl backbreaker as the follow-up. Bailey catches Knight. Sorry, I talked about that one. I did talk about that. Sorry, I went backwards. What's my brain doing? Corkscrew plancha by Knight over the top to Bailey on the floor. That looked awesome. For such a big dude, he's got hops. He's got the guy's ability is insane. Bailey goes to the top, goes up, but Knight comes up. They fight. Bailey hits him in the ribs, knocks him off the top, and Knight then hops back up, suplexes Bailey, and then superplexes Bailey, but then Bailey gets the inside cradle for two. The end of the match, Bailey turns the pendulum DDT into like an arm bar for two. And then gets a 2 count out of it. Drop kick is stopped. And then the tornado or drop kick stops the tornado kick, but Knight gets tossed when he goes for the pendulum DDT, and Bailey hits the ultimate weapon out of the corner, and then just for the cherry on top, he puts Knight up in the corner, gets and hits the flamingo driver, and Bailey is your All-Star Junior USA Tournament champion. Yeah. So Bailey, go ahead. We'll talk about the post-match after.
Was this the night that Kevin was wearing not orange?
No, he was wearing orange. It was on the Impact show.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, that doesn't matter then. Yeah, as you were saying, I mean, Kevin Knight with the spring in his step, he's like freaking Tigger, man. It's just boinky, boinky, boinky all over the place. I guess that's more of an Animaniac, eh? Tigger.
Yeah, very much so, yeah.
Yeah.
Tigger's a wonderful thing.
Anyway, This match was a lot of fun. I hadn't really, as I'd mentioned, I knew who Bailey was, but before the Super Junior tournament, I didn't really watch a whole ton of his stuff. But man, he's really won me over with the Super Juniors and then this tournament. He's just that all around well rounded wrestler. He's got that showmanship, he's got the good look, he's got the good gear, he's got the great performability, but he's also got that ability to perform and act, and it's believable. The person that he shows us, whether it's who he really is or the character he is, it's really engaging and entertaining for me to watch. Kevin Knight, though, holy hot dang, he got a future in this industry because man, not too long ago he was a young lion.
Mm-hmm.
Now look at him facing Mike Bailey.
Yeah, and we get to see Mike Bailey in a month and change. I'm so excited. We're going to Love Pro Wrestling. We're going to be sitting in the VIP section, right close to that ring. I am so excited. I get to watch my favorite I get to watch my favorite wrestler in the world, Michael Richard Blaze, take on Mike Bailey. I am so goddamn excited for that match. Mike Bailey is a goddamn wrestling just genius. Like what he does is kick to all the kicking and the striking that he does, and just turning it into such great professional wrestling. I absolutely love it, and I'm excited to see him. And I watch him tonight on the show, and he impresses me every time he's in there. Just I never before this past year I'd never seen a move like the closest thing to a flamingo driver is a one winged angel. But he took the one winged angel and made it unique and made it his own, and it just looks even more dangerous. Like I love it. I love this guy. I think he's absolutely amazing. And then Kevin Knight, this guy is only going to just evolve and become better and better and better and better. The jet is going to soar.
Oh, catchphrase.
But, ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the end of the All Star Junior Festival. I want to thank you so very much for joining us. We will be back later this week. We'll try. Well, we're going to try as like wholeheartedly as we can to come back later this week with another episode of this show, talking the Multiverse United show.
Yes.
Yeah, and we'll do our best to bring that one to you later this week. But we'll be back tomorrow on Wednesday. We record this Monday night. It'll come out Tuesday. So we'll be back on Wednesday with some Stardom, baby. We're going to be talking the August. I know it's a few days old at this point, like a week old at this point. We're talking the August 13th Stardom X Stardom show. I'm going to talk about a great 5-star Grand Prix match on there, along with some great title matches, and one that really disappointed me, not for its in-ring, just for its result.
Fair.
Yeah, but we are coming back there. But before we get out of here, I want to thank all of you. Thank you so much for all your comments, all the liking the video, subscribing to the channel, just everything you're doing. We really do appreciate it. So please comment down below. We want to hear from you guys. We love getting all the great feedback that you guys give us. Thank you so very, very, very much. And don't forget hitting the notification bell so you get alerted every time we drop a new video.
Ding dong.
Hello. Hello to me, because we're going to talk about me for a second. You can find me on the X, Mastodon, Blue Sky, and Hive at That Canada Guy. You can find me on TikTok, Instagram, and Threads at That Canada Dude. You can find me on our Facebook page at facebook.com/Andre Melball Wrestling Talk. You can find me on YouTube right here on YouTube at youtube.com/Andre Melball Wrestling Talk. So you might be watching us there, but you also might be watching us over on our boys channel. It's Mr. Mike the Ref. You might be watching us over there on Backbreaker Video. If you are, please subscribe to Backbreaker Video, and then go over and subscribe to Andre Melball Wrestling Talk. If you can, subscribe to Backbreaker Video on YouTube. Also, check out all of Mike's live content where he talks wrestling and he does gaming at twitch.tv/Mike the Ref. And you can see all the replays for all his great gaming content at youtube.com/@Backbreaker_gaming. You can also find myself at random times when I show up on random shows. I will not be showing up this week. I know that for sure, because shit changed my plans on OLE on Our Local Establishment. You can find that at twitch.tv/Our Local Establishment and youtube.com/@Our Local Establishment. Oh, Melball.
Sir.
You, madame.
If you're wanting to follow Melball, you can follow her on the X thing at Collins Melball. You can follow her on Instagram, TikTok, Mastodon, Blue Sky, and Facebook, all at Melball Collins. You can also find her on our local establishment's programming, Para Mindful, every couple of weeks with Alex the Werewolf and Carl Carafel, that gold standard voice there. We just dropped a fun episode about mermaids and lore, cryptids, what it is that they do. Are they spooky? Are they ooky? You'll just have to watch and find out. You can also catch me on Astro Pizarro's YouTube channel with the Ladies Wrestling Showcase. We do that every couple of weeks. We were supposed to do one last week, but unfortunately we were unable to. But we are going to be talking a little bit more this week about Stardom and a couple events that just kind of happened afterwards that we feel needs to be talked about. And if you're wanting to watch NJPW, we will leave a link in the channel description, but it is at NJPW-World.com. It is 999 yen, or approximately 10 Canadian. But if you actually go on the site, they'll show you that it's actually like $7.15, but I think it's like $7.15 US. So, whatever your dollar is.
Your dollar dues.
Converted or something. It's still a great price to watch some amazing wrestling. You can go back into their data banks also and see some of those older matches like the Kenny Omega and Okada 1 hour banger. Which one, though? There was a couple. You get to choose.
Mm-hmm.
That being said, Andre, do we have anything else to say to the beautiful people?
I just want to say thank you so very, very much for all the support you have given us.
Is that it?
That is it.
That is it?
That is it.
That is all, folks. And that being said, I am your Melball. Over there is Andre. We will see you next time. Adios.